I should open the chat. And of course, let's start with announcing everything on the internet. Where are you? There you are. That's gotta. Remember, nowadays I start posting on the socials as soon as I get a connection, because things have been unreliable lately. That's Facebook part 1. And that's Blue Sky. Now Facebook part 2, because posting on 2 accounts at the same time is not possible on Facebook. And back to the normal account. Blue Skies. Facebook is done. Another of those chain mails. Instagram. Okay, so also, by the way, hi, welcome. One of you saw a commercial and one not. The one who didn't see the commercial, do you have an ad blocker? Because I want to see if it still counts as commercials played. And the one who saw the commercial, how long was it? Long, short, too little, too much? Because this is the first time I'm actively trying with commercials, because it can be a little additional income. Thus far, hold your table, I already made 1 cent USD. So that means just 4,999 times before it gets transferred to me. And then, of course, here. Because if the ads were not too intrusive, maybe I could up it. I don't want to be a too intrusive thing. And let's see, does my analytics already say anything? No, it doesn't say anything. But then again, we just started and it probably still has to sync. And this can be deleted. And I can close Twitter, because I'm not active on most social media except the announcements anyway lately. I just don't feel like most of it is commercials and products and stuff like that. Let's see if there's something on pen.nl I can make a comic about. Otherwise, I'm going for my stock ID. That I can use that. Still reading, still reading. Okay. Okay, so I guess I can use my ID and then link it to something else. But I need to read that article for a moment. Okay. Also, there's a new feature that I can post an image on screen. Right, VTuber, by the way. For digital arts, the Sunday stream, I used another character, so let's use Summer Penny. If there's commercial on the side, that's not by me because the commercials I have are in the stream. I also moved my camera. Can you already see me? Hello. Reset position. Hello. Yoo-hoo. Might be having a bit of a difficulty because there's a lot of sun behind me. Let's see. And for some odd reason, the camera keeps on thinking I'm smiling a lot. So it's not something I can help with. I really think it has to do, it has with the sun behind me. That's not something I can fix. Weekly updates, been editing. Not as fast as I wanted, but at least getting a little bit. Sunday, instead of a craft team, I created a few extra coins that I can 3D print and then paint. Faros is still here. We are noticing he's starting to eat less, so that's not a good sign. And we're well aware of that. It could still take weeks, but it's yeah. We've had him for 8 months more, at least. We're giving him all the love. Today he was allowed to empty a can of salmon. Just a little bit of the fluid, so a little bit of the salty water and scraps of the salmon. We know it's way too salty for a cat, but first of all, he doesn't even get this weekly. He doesn't even get this monthly. And like said, the end is coming. So are you gonna deny the centennial one a piece of cake because the sugar wouldn't be good for his health? So yeah, we're still dealing with sun right behind me, but at least I can see my screen now. What else? What else? This can be a bit lower. I don't really need that. I guess this is it. We currently have 3 on Twitch, 1 on YouTube. I'm really testing the waters with... See, it's freezing on the last point because of the sun. I'm really testing the waters with the commercials. So if you see a commercial, let me know. I want to know how many there are, how many you see, how often. It should give a 30-second commercial every hour, which is, by the way, the moment you should grab a drink. Sun is a bit away. And let's go to Twitch before I start arting what they recommended. There's something about bits, by the way, and levels and other things that I still need to look into, and create your own emoticons and whatever. That will come later on. Ads. I have it at the lowest, which is 30 seconds an hour. And they recommend more. I think they recommend 3 minutes an hour, but just the 3-minute ads, I would only do that if people are not bothered by it and that they're like, okay, time to get a drink, something like that. And it should be 30 seconds. So I don't know how long the commercials are, but it should be up to 30 seconds because that's the minimum. So if you got 2 commercials back to back, it's probably 2 15 seconds ones. Okay, commercial of Cool Blue. Okay, well, at least that's an acceptable one. So, like I said, let me know if you see a commercial, how long they are, how often you see them, how intrusive they are. Because, like I said, thus far I only made 1 cent USD, so it's not even a euro cent. And they won't start transferring money until I have 50 USD. So that would mean a lot of commercials and stuff like that. So I'm just testing, is it worth it? And no, I will not quit my day job. And I don't think this is going to be a Penny and Ethan character comic. Just let me check. I could make it, turn it into that, but I need to check. No, we can have an Kim and Alex comic. And yes, I'm still looking for another idea for Flake and Bob, the fish, but thus far, nothing yet. So let's first write the comic before I start recording, because the writing part is not very interesting and only makes a video unnecessarily long. So let's first send it to others that are not watching the stream and might need a little more time to check the text, what this is about. Let's see, then this one and this one and this one. Okay, what this comic is about last Saturday. Yep. Start recording. Wait. Okay. Now that the sun behind me is a bit gone, camera should be better, but again, big open mouth, all the time. Either I look a bit sad or the mouth is way too open. But that's what you get for budget stuff. I mean, the webcam is good, but the VTuber program is free, so you gotta deal with what you can. Okay. Let's put the camera even closer. Ta-da! Started recording. And yes, I still like to make noises. Don't know why I like to make noises, I just do. How do you do that? I think it needs to be the other way around. Yep. No, we do not have an alarm clock, but that's okay. Right, I should put the chat into screen so I can actually see it. And feel free to tell about your own weekend. I pretty much told everything about my week and all. And I also told about my week last Sunday. Got invited back to both a school and the museum I usually teach at, so I guess I can safely say I'm a a teacher at a museum. So first of all, I was kind of like, when can you officially call yourself a teacher at a museum? But I think the limit is about 50 or something like that. Camera's a bit lower again. Let me. Where's my? That should be better. And I like teaching art as long as I don't have to do it every day. I guess I'm not really in the mood to talk. Went to the dentist today, by the way. Went good. Full clean bill of health. Also, the dentist was, wow, your teeth are quite clean. So you must have an electric toothbrush. And I'm like, no, I don't. Still by hand. I was expecting them to say you have to brush by electric because that's way better and all. I do have an electric toothbrush. I still have to plug it in, see if it actually still works. And I also got pictures from someone who was remodeling their shed today. And while they were remodeling, they spotted an old wasp nest. So that was amazing to see, just a died out nest, so no worries. But they also spotted a little bat, and that was so adorable. So they called the animal ambulance, like what should we do with it? And it's like, just put it on a place where cats can't reach it, and it will find its way on its own. So they followed that advice, and hopefully that the little one will find its way indeed. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna be a bit silent today, just because I'm really not in the mood to talk, and of course tired. Net op hydrate geklikt. Did I get any information, message, or whatever? No, I did not. Let's see, why did I not get... Mm, Hmm. Why am I not getting any information about hydrate when you clicked on it? Is that something I can only follow through Twitch itself? Fewer rewards. I think it was in there. Drops. Rewards. There was a place where I could that I did the hydrate part, but is that over here? Power ups, highlight, single emote, hydrate. You need to pay, I think, 100 pearls. Did you pay anything for it? Oh, I did get one with a little star. But anyway, I still have to learn everything. I know nothing. Mm-hmm. Where's my zoom in? First of all, this. Right, the bottom one. And yeah, buttons will be made later. My test unlocks Smiley for free on the 20 pearls, then use it. Okay. Together we'll find out what everything means and how it works. I don't even know how you can get those pearls. I mean, I did give it the name Salty Pearls because I liked it, but I have no idea how you can get those. Well, if you can get them by just viewing, that makes it a lot easier. That makes no sense because then it's a... Every once in a while you get a green icon. If you click it, you get 50 pearls. Okay, cool. And why didn't I call them pennies? How many would go in a pound and a euro? I wanted to make it sea themed a bit more. So that's why the levels are also a bit mermaid sea themed. And I just like salty pearls. And I will make eventually other tiers or rewards. There's a lot of things I have no idea what they mean. Anyway, I get distracted again while I should be drawing. Let's see, thumbs over here, so... Okay, I need some guidelines for this. Needed to make it a little bit smaller, but that's okay. I think that hand is way too big, but it's easy to make it smaller because I really do like how it looks. Okay. I don't want the auto select layer because I selected this layer. And one finger is a bit too short, just slightly. Just a little bit more. Okay, this is also way too big. Okay, so that's the complicated one. That's a bit too long. And feel free to ask me questions if you want to hear me talk. If you enjoy the silence, feel free to not ask me anything. I also have been thinking about the other coins that I need to create for the Yami. And I'm thinking about just taking nature stuff for the guys that don't really have much of a personality except stereotypes just yet. It's things I need to learn about them when I will write the book only about them, so... Yes, the winner was indeed posted on Facebook and Instagram of AnimeCon, and it is beautiful, beautiful art. I wonder what they picked as a prize, and of course they don't have to disclose that because privacy, but you could pick for either a guaranteed artist table or, I believe, 2 tickets for AnimeCon. Not sure about the expression just yet, so... Yeah, I would choose the table as well. I love AnimeCon, but I wouldn't be able to spend there 3 days as a guest. I probably wouldn't even be able to spend there as a day, but it's just because I'm not someone who goes as a guest to conventions. It's nice to wander around, but I'd rather be behind the stand interacting with people. That's what I like to do. Now, Photoshop could use a symmetry tool. No, you have your thumb on the back. And hello to you. I think if you're a cosplayer and like to have taken pictures of yourself in that context, then I think AnimeCon would be a great place to be. But I'm not a cosplayer. I'm not comfortable with pictures being taken of myself. So I would just wander around there. And thank you for the compliment about my art. By the way, I need to get used to YouTube. Welcome to the chat, and thank you for the compliment. Because I have Twitch and YouTube, and people don't see each other from the chats unless I put the chat on the screen. Maybe I could try with that. Do keep in mind, if the chat is on screen, think about your privacy. So, chat. How can I put that on screen again? Chat. Overlay. Hello. So now you guys can see each other's messages as well. Maybe that helps a bit. It's so big, you know. Why isn't the overlay a bit smaller? Yeah. Let's see. That's the wrong one. Wrong one again. There we go. This is better. And yes, I use Photoshop 7.0 because that's all I have. Okay, I have Clip Studio Paint, but I have my models and stencils and whatever in this program, and I'm too used to it to switch it up. I will need to change it up one day, but thus far it's doing what I need it to do. That's a bit too big. I need to use this, 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 and this. What's my favorite anime? To be honest, I don't really have a fave. I did enjoy watching Komi Can't Communicate. Of course, the classic Sailor Moon. Still need to see the last movies. But I already then read the manga, so I kind of know what it's gonna be about. I don't think this should be here. I think this should be this line. Yep, that makes a lot more sense. Currently watching Apothecary Diaries, but that's also almost finished. I'm not much of a TV looker. I rather read. Well, Ranma is not my favorite anime series. I support it and I watch it along, but I can't say it's my favorite. As for my favorite manga series, I have a huge library of manga. And I recently started rereading Dot Hack Legend of the Twilight. Never saw the anime belonging to the original Dot Hackers. I just felt like rereading it. I have to admit, I did watch along on the original Ranma, but I haven't read all about it just yet. Dot Hack was indeed a game, but it also had an anime. And the manga is kind of in my library, so I kind of know that one exists. Let's see. I read the original Ranma, and I watched, I think, until well into the third season or something like that. I still need to, but I did watch all the episodes of the remake, of course. And Hapasai wasn't in the remake just yet, so I can't really say anything about it if I will like him or not. Not much fan of perverted characters, so was a big fan of Ryoga. That is actually my favorite non-shampoo character, and most people know why I like Shampoo, and I don't like her because of her. I like her because what she means to someone else. This needs to be bigger because this makes no sense. I think if there is an anime that I am able to keep on watching, it would be Alfred Jido's Quack, Ahiro no Quack, or what's it called again? I think The Adventures of Alfred Quack or something like that in English. That's an anime I can watch indefinitely. Which artist influenced your style? A lot of characters. Artists actually. Pokemon, Sailor Moon, the Dutch artist Henk Kuipers for Franca. And one that also inspired me is an artist that wasn't well known. and recently passed away. She didn't even reach her 30s, or was barely in her 30s. Her family has not announced her passing online, though I guess most of her fans know it by now. But yeah, so that's why I'm not mentioning the name, because I consider that disrespectful to the family, even though it's been about 2-3 months already. But yeah, I get my influence everywhere. I even have a little bit of influence from the artist from Mega Tokyo. Yes, that is still running. Mike, you're in the way. ElfQuest has been a big influence as well. I know a lot of people say my art has been inspired by Wings Club, but absolutely not. Okay, the colors and perhaps the designs a little bit, but absolutely not the art style. Yeah, Mega Tokyo still has his website. Can someone report the spammer for me, because I can only block it from Restream, and I don't think that does much on Twitch. Let's see the count: 3 on YouTube, 4 on Twitch. Hmm. Oh, okay, that's just a notification. Archive. Don't really need this right now. And thank you for reporting it. They're kind of like my mini mods. So about this comic, because I don't think I told the full story, and if I did, then I apologize for repeating it. We overslept for a running tournament for my love. We still managed to get early, despite all misfortune on the way and oversleeping and not preparing proper prep and all. So we were like, yeah, this competition, just run it. That's pretty much all that's important right now. And we don't know how it happened, but despite the terrible preparation, my husband ran a personal new record. Okay, this needs to be here. And we still don't know how it happened. It wasn't supposed to be uh, a good time, let alone a new record. Would have been nice if it was have been a sub 50, but like I said, it it kind of went differently. That's the wrong one. Oh boy. Why do I keep on making wrong moves? Thank you for joining me and have a nice day as well. Yeah, I'll probably see the results of the stream and monetization and whatever tomorrow. It will probably sync. Let's see if I can start remembering my hotkeys that I need to use. One, 9, 3, 3. Starting to remember. I think I need to turn on the light soon. I'm a bit slow today. And with a bit, I mean really a bit, a lot. So what are your thoughts about the chat on the side? And thank you for typing messages so spam can be poof away from the screen. And keep on remembering, if the chats are on screen, that means you have to be careful about your privacy. Don't mention being away or something like that. Or something that people will know where you live. Yeah, it is indeed interesting to see the other side. Does mean you can't really see the side, but yeah, those were images anyway. And now that the sun behind me is gone, the camera is actually working a lot nicer. And hopefully Sunday I can stream again, cross stream. Finish a few for hopefully some pastel dusting, also known as makeup powder. I'm gonna spray paint a few at the same time so I can make the most of it. Plus it's quite humid outside. They said it would be 30 degrees, by the way, Saturday. We'll have to see if that actually comes true, but yikes. Good reason to stay inside. Gonna turn my light on. In a little bit, by the way. And when the swimming season is over, I hopefully can edit a bit more on my book, my novel. And I was thinking about doing a cleanup stream again, where I clean up in my micro studio and people can watch along. I'm not sure if people would actually be interested in that. I already sneakily did the digital stream, so I can have more Sunday uploads. As preparation for the cross stream, so it's not that terrible, but you know, it still felt like a little bit of cheating. No, I do not have such a clock, but that's okay. It is for the comic. For the comic, I suddenly have such a clock. Okay, I think that's all the coloring done. Now it's time for shading. Okay, so I think now it's time for the normal shading. That's a bit too much. Now, let's see, special effects. First of all, I have it. I'm gonna use it. Where are you? Where are you? Here you are. Okay, so this one is going to get this for an overlay. And this one's getting a lot easier. The only downside of the overlay is that you'll see the overlay also in my speech stream. So I'm gonna turn it off for now. And when people are actually talking again and interacting, then I'm probably going to turn the talking overlay back. As long as there's no one talking, it's not really useful to put it on. Why is it not talkie? And first of all, let's merge this so I have this, and then I can do a new overlay. But now sidewards. Oh, just 0. That's a bit too much. But we know we can change that. Okay. Not sure if you can see if it's raining. So making it a bit more. And then we can do it again. So now let's add the text. Oh wait, after running, you're usually a bit more red from exhaustion. Oh great. Is it just doing this again? I'll look into that later. I hate it when it does that. First A, then B. Just once in a while, it just doesn't want to do what I ask it to do. I hate it when it does that. How about darken? Do you then still do that? And the effect is gone. And the blush is still too much. Need to be a bit redder, but not that red. And hello to another YouTuber. Welcome to the chat. Let's see, it's balloon time, text balloon. And thank you for the compliment about my art. For those who need a translation, panel 1, we overslept. Panel number 2, we're still on time for the competition, but it's still raining. See if I can, yep, can put it in there. Third frame, go for it. I'm gonna make it a bit bigger. That's a bit too big. And the final frame, what do you mean a new personal record? So first frame is we've overslept, we're rushing, and then we enter the start and it's still raining, and then it stops raining, and at the end we had a very positive outcome. So go for it. Now I have to show it to you all. And I don't think I can show it in full screen because only when the VTuber is gone. If I look away, probably. I think this is the best place to show it. And it's still on screen. So you can all go text check while I hydrate. Did our text checks if for those who can text check? Going once, going twice. Let's save it for web. And of course, the banner. Let's see, banner. And I'm going to stop the recording now. Stopping recording because we still need to do the text, but the text is not interesting to see on the speed stream. So speed stream. And while I'm texting, I'm putting the chat on screen. So feel free to text to talk to each other and think about your own privacy, please, while I'll be typing the text. And I need to have the link. But luckily, I didn't close that one. A commercial under the stream now. What kind of commercials would Penny do if she had to? Mostly about social interactions, positivity, nature. Cooking is not much of a success. Neither is sporting, but looking after each other. Kind of those sieren commercials. Let's see what else. What else would be a good thing? Yeah, I think nature. nature and social interaction. Let's see if I close this like this. Whoop. And then can you guys read this still? I can't really see it on your end of the screen. Wait. Okay. Let's see. Can I see my own full screen? Enter full screen. How much can you read? I guess you should be able to read this now, hopefully, that it's big enough. How do I quit this full screen? Oh, no. Just pressing escape. Okie dokie. This is not really needed, the link. Right, this still doesn't work for some odd reason. And I copy. Oh, wait. That's for those who want to read it later on. Let's see. Okay. It's interesting. I see a chat popping up in the overlay, but not in the chat stream yet. That's weird. I've moved to the Twitch side because the video quality is there better than on YouTube. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. So weird that the text is not visible in my chat. Huh. Oh well. Well, I don't have much time, so I'm going to take a little break. And in this break, I'm going to give my cat Vados his medicine. So that would be, well, about 10 minutes or something like that. Meanwhile, I'll start up on this. And then I also can get a little bit to drink because I've run out to drink. So I'm just going to make a little announcement. New file, who dis? Okay. Be right back. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna give my cat his medicine. Gonna grab a bit to drink. And then I'm going to do my audio novel art. So, oh, you can't see it. How's this? I'm back. Who missed me? Let's first get... Oh, I probably don't have... any art ready. Because I did so many other art last Sunday, the memory is empty. Oh, resume means resume in this case and not resume. Doesn't really matter which one I take Dutch of English. I think I know what I want to draw, but I'm not really certain. I'm going to check. So I guess I just need to go for the classic introduction image. It's still June, and we're going for episode 17. And chat goes out because I want to make a speed stream of this art, and yeah, then the chat isn't really that nice. So sorry guys, you can't talk to each other for a moment. And start recording. So we're first going to sketch. I'm still going to try what I wanted to do initially, even though it's a very complicated thing to draw. Maybe it's going to work. We're just going to try it. Probably a bit too big forehead, but that's okay. I can make it smaller. Now comes the difficult part of drawing something in a pose I've never drawn before. I hope you guys can make anything out of my sketch. I know some people have trouble reading my sketches. And considering it's all about the one in front of here, the backside is just going to be an even more sketchy sketch. The illusion. Phew, she made it. And I've drawn Sushi so many times, but now she's officially introduced into the story. That's a bit too big, isn't it? I mean, this is fine. This was a bit too thick. Other side. Already wondered why it wasn't looking like Sushi. I forgot her freckles. Her classic freckles. Let's get the screen closer to me because that often helps. Even though I gave Files his medication, doesn't mean I want to spend a long time on this because I need to learn how to be quicker. And they were climbing a mountain actually, so let's give them some warm clothes because that would make a lot more sense. So while I love her classic outfit, it's not suitable for a hike on the mountain. And considering it's my story, I can change details if I want to. That's her bag. And all the bags in the novels, by the way, are infinity bags. You can put in there as much as you like. And of course, I know that's not true. It's just for funsies in this chat. Because even though the aging is magically halted, physics are not. And I'm going to add a little pouch over here. Because, if you travel, you have a lot of bag space needed. But it's about the girl in front anyway. So let's make that one a bit clearer. Okay, this is a bit too silly. It's time to make Sushi's profile in the wiki. Well, at least finish it because I already started it. Okay, I like this, but maybe it helps if I zoom in more. And if you want to know what's going on, then I have to be the very boring, very classic, you need to read the story or wait for the audio novel to appear. Okay, someone wants the world to know he has a car with an audio system. It's pretty much the same color as the background. Also the final part thing what I need for my AnimeCon entry art art competition, if they do any, has arrived. So that means I can start on finishing up designing. I have the background completed, but all the special effects are still needed. Let's give it a slightly grayish tone. First going to do the easy parts, like the bag. You go away, I don't need you for now. Remember, I want a quick style. That's what I'm practicing anyway. Okay, that's a bit too much. That's really a bit too much. Opacity a bit less. So she is of the bright colors. Let's give it a bit of an orange. Boots are brown. These are just some furry socks or something like that. Wrong one. Let's get her classic pants. Because that would mean she's just wearing furry inserts. A jacket, because I never designed her jacket, so this is now her jacket. It's a sweater type. And then the background is going to be a lot looser and a lot less opacity because this is not important. I need to check the other art, the older art. January? Huh. I am so awesome and cool. Okay. And now I think it needs to be a bit more shadow round. Background. Do I have a nice scan? I can use to save some time. Technically, I need a rock. Maybe I can use one of this. And then can have a hint of color. Just gonna try and see what it does. See, you're barely seeing the one on the ground, which is the intention. Let's see if I can combine with a second one. Just slightly lighter. It still misses something. I don't know what just yet. Just gonna try something. These are just scans I make myself, so I can do whatever I want with them. Not sure, not sure. Okay, that works, but I still miss something. And I don't have much time left because I've been drunk for half an hour. And that's usually the time I spend on something like this. There. Let's see if Apophysis generates something I might be able to use. Well, lovely, not what I can use. Technically, this is AI art, by the way. I actually like this. Nope, that's a bit too small. But that's okay. This is gonna take a while. How long? 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Meanwhile, let's go to the thingy where I can actually find it. I don't even remember where it settings. Yeah, it should appear here. Meanwhile, while this saves, let's see if this adds something. It's an older render of mine. So again, made it myself. This is not what needs. Just to break the pattern. Where's my newest? Sort by date. It's still rendering. That's why I can't find it. Perhaps what's missing is that it's too non-sepia. Well, everything has a more sepia tone over it. So let's see what happens Adding a slightly warmer tone. It's so slow. And at the end, I'm probably not even going to use the render, you know. This is a bit spoilery if you have not read the book. Suddenly, new character. Working, waiting for it to render. Well, let's test something out. I'm so good at typing. Just giving it all a little bit of my extra texture. And if you already read the novel, you can always use the audio novel as a kind of reread. What do you remember? Stuff like that. Do need to think about the voices for Sushi and Mayanaka, or at least the intonation. I mean, Mayanaka has to sound a bit arrogant, but not too much. First, we're going to save it. Is the render already done? Thank you. You can close. Yes, all data will be lost. I am well aware. Yep, this was what I was needing. This one can go, and yep. This is something I'm satisfied with. Maybe a little bit more shading adding. Not sure just yet if that extra shade was needed. Does take away slightly. I'm gonna keep it like this. Yep, gonna keep it like this. Stop the recording. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be locked because it annoys me. All that's left to do is add the signature, which is in Photoshop 7.0, which are restarting. And 7.0 is very slow lately with the startup. I have no idea why. I should find out how to create a brush in Clip Studio Paint with my signature. I hope you like this image anyway. The next image will also include another character. I'm gonna use a cheat code I learned from someone else, but it doesn't work. You know what? Cancel. Save. And save it in the penny file because that's easy to find out. So, if all goes well, Thursday is recording of episode 17. Yay. And Saturday is cleanup day. So no online stuff probably. Probably gonna convert all the videos that I created today and last Sunday into speed streams. And Sunday, if all goes well, it's going to be in craft stream. So I'll be seeing you. And if you don't mind spoilers, then I can recommend the wiki that I created for Forever Young. If you don't have the link, I can give it to you again later on. Just ask me about it. Because I started on the world pages, the world information. So I've done things about religion. What else did I did quite? How about I put on the privacy bar? Oh, privacy bar is still on. This is the Forever Young wiki. I'm gonna post a link in the chat. It is spoilers, so currently every time I record an episode, I'm creating information about it. It can contain spoilers, by the way. So the link to the audiobook, title in Dutch, what's about, which characters, where, some art, and I really need to redo those. Trivia and Naraku's magical skills. I have profiles, which are also spoiler filled, by the way, with some art. And eventually I'm also going to make an episode list, but as you can see, I already stranded somewhere because it's a lot of work. So I'll do that later on. And well, this is the character list. And sushi, I started with sushi, not done yet. World information. And I started with this lower part, the calendar, moon phases, holidays, the afterlife. I started that this week, and I did a big part today after work. And there are still a couple of parts I need to do with a big spoiler section. And eventually I will also do the Seiken dictionary here. And of course, I haven't done anything because there's going to be in other media, because someone created a video for Forever Young once. So this is supposed to be, and hopefully one day I'm going to put this in a book as well with all my socials. And this counter doesn't work at all. So I have no idea how much. So if you read the story, the profiles will be up to Eternity 7 when I create them. So that can be a bit spoilery. As for the novels, yeah, it doesn't hold much spoilers just yet. Futures, trivia, sensitive, the trigger warnings that I need to list for every book, but there was a spider section in Eternity 6? Need to reread it then. Oh wait, 6, right. It was in 4? There were spiders in 4? Anyway, trigger warnings. So it's gonna take a while before it's all filled. But I'm taking all my time. It's not a priority project. It's just if I feel in the mood. So I'll be seeing you bedtime. Bye bye.